Hey guys, I'm Krisha. I'm a divine channeler. I do Akashic and Tarot readings. I also do channel sessions, which are sessions with messages from your higher self and your angels. So that's what I do, and this video is particularly about Akashic sessions. This video is probably sent to you if you asked me about having an Akashic session with me or what it involves. So everyone has their own way of doing Akashic sessions. Some people ask you for questions and they do it in their own time and they send you a voice note back. The way I feel aligned to doing it is through live sessions, so live one-on-one sessions. If you would like a friend or a family friend or someone to sit in with you, you can. But please be aware that these Akashic sessions are very, very personal and a lot of information that is very close to your heart. A lot of emotional information can come out and can be discussed, because Akashic records are basically an access to your soul journey, your soul diary or your soul library, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, just please be aware that it's going to be a lot of personal information. So you be in a place where you are comfortable, where you can relax, and you are able to absorb everything that is going to be discussed in the session. You can record the session or you can ask me to record the session. I can't record the video, but I can record the audio and I can send it to you. So if that's something that you want, please just remind me before we start the session and I will record the session for you. Otherwise, you can also just keep a phone next to you or something and record it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, because some people do that and they use the sessions later on to reflect or to journal so that they can focus on the inner work that they need to do. So that's absolutely fine. So Akashic sessions, live sessions, this is how I do them. For example, if you were to book a 40-minute session, I would recommend that you keep an hour aside for it because when you book a session with me, initially you would make the payment, your booking slot is confirmed. Let's say you've booked it for a time like 11 a.m. And if you've booked a 40-minute session, I'm going to be in your records for 40 minutes. But before the session starts, before I go into your records, I do a short grounding prayer, which will take about 5 minutes. And you can just, do deep breathing or just relax in that time. And once I'm in your records, that's when the 40 minutes start. So I will be in your records for 40 minutes. So any questions that you want to ask, you can ask them within that time. If you like, you can send me a list beforehand. If you do that, I will most probably still ask you to ask the questions during the session, because sometimes what happens is people send me a list of, let's say, 5 or 6 questions. In the session, as they ask the first question, more of them can be answered within the same time, and sometimes people want to change the questions as well. So that's why, to allow the flexibility, I would probably ask you to ask the questions again, but you can share any information before the session that you wish. The reason I do live sessions rather than voice notes, or the reason I ask my clients to repeat the questions or be clear, is because I have felt that the sessions that I do, any session that I do, tarot, channeled, or Akashic, is like a conversation that you can have with the universe, with your spirit guides, with your higher self, whoever you feel is out there to help you, who will connect with you. That's what I would want you to have. So it's literally like you having a conversation, a very loving conversation with your spirit guides who know what you have been through. Sometimes when you ask me a question in Akashic, I may ask for more background. Sometimes the information just comes through. It can happen a lot of times that I may say something because I'm channeling information. I can say something which may have a more personal meaning to you. Like sometimes certain colors can come forward, or certain names, certain objects can come forward. For example, with a client, I had certain fruits come forward and they had a specific meaning to her. I've had certain names of birds come forward and I didn't know what it meant, but the clients knew what it meant to them. So those kind of things can happen. So even if you ask a question, which I may not know the full background to, more information can come forward, but please allow yourself to be as open as possible to receive the honest answers that you will get, because this is not a conversation that you're going to have with me. in my sessions, I don't believe I am the one talking to you or giving you the advice. It's not me. It's just the reason I say I'm a channeler is because I'm channeling information. It is just channeling the divine light, the divine source, healing energy to you, to help you understand what inner work it is that you need to do, to help you understand how you can move forward in your situation, in your spiritual ascension process. So that is the kind of thing I deal with. And so going back to the 40-minute thing, I do a grounding prayer at the start, which is 5 minutes, would stay in your records for 40 minutes. And this is what would happen. Once we've come out of your records, once we've closed the records, if you want to extend the time, by the way, you can, but obviously once you extend the time, the energy exchange would change as well. So keep that in mind. But yes, if we close the records, when we close the records, after that, if you want some more time to discuss what we have seen, to share your experience, to conclude the conversation, we can have sort of 5 to 10 minutes to talk about it, because there's a lot of information that comes through, and it can be an amazing experience, and mostly people have a lot to share once we've had the session, once we've been in the session, once we've been in the records. People have a lot to share. So that's, to be honest, it's a really fun part that I really enjoyed, the discussion at the end. So just so that people get an idea of how the experience has been for them, so they let the energies kind of get absorbed, the healing energies and everything. So yeah, so that's why I say give yourself an hour. Never rush before or after a session. If it happens that way, then maybe it's supposed to be that way. We don't know why the universe has planned it that way, but try not to book it or squeeze it in a space. Try to be relaxed before and after the session. Keep water with you. And yeah, so that's the experience of having an Akashic session with me. Sometimes some of my clients, what they like to do is after a week or two, they want to talk more about what they've seen in the Akashic records with me. They want to discuss more aspects about it, because depending on the kind of information that you are looking for, a lot of new information can come through. You can access a whole new experience. There's a lot of expansion of your consciousness that can be accessed. So if you want to discuss more about it, you can book a reflection session, which is basically a conversation, and some channel messages might come through, and that's something that you're able to book as a follow-up, and that can be booked whenever you like, to an Akashic session. So yeah, that's what it's like to have an Akashic session with me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, hope to see you soon. Thank you.